Hi all, welcome back to our channel. So in this video, we will discuss about the big data. So this is most requested video. I got lot of requests in LinkedIn. That's why I decided to do this kind of video for my followers and my connections. Okay, yeah. So we can start from where we can start. What is big data? So the big data is a really important concept right now. There's a huge demand of data engineers. Why this huge demand? Because we are living in the 22nd year, right? 2022. So this time we are dealing with a lot of data. A lot of data meaning, for example, if you are doing something in the phone, that is also kind of data. Like different kinds of data you are dealing. For example, like photos and videos and a lot of others data, right? Everything as the form of data. But in the previously, that means 2016 or that kind of data is there, but this much of data is not there that time, because these modern array, lot of new applications were developed and people are really interested to use on it. And for example, Facebook also, right? I think 43 million data are uploaded or flowing through the Facebook per day. So that time you already know, right? Because when I'm entering into the Facebook, I'm sharing some photos for others, and other people also doing the same thing, right? The world, if you consider the total world, the lot of data are transferring through these platforms, only the Facebook, and the remaining platform like WhatsApp, Instagram, etc., LinkedIn. So that means the data is generation is increasing day by day. So the efficient efficient engineers also need to handle these kind of data in a useful way. So that is the reason of the big data is a demanding in this industry. So we are using different kinds of things for the handling these kind of data. For example, Azure. The cloud-based data processing system is the Azure. So we are using the data factory, Synapse, Databricks to transform the data. The same thing happened in the case of AWS and GCP. So this is the all idea regarding the big data. Then the coming videos we will discuss upon why we are calling as big data, what are the features of big data, that kind of thing. In the big data part, we want to understand some kind of thing. For example, we are an engineer or we are working in a company. There is one project, so that handle the multiple system data. So as a data engineer, I want to build an efficient pipeline to execute and produce useful data analysis. So that is my job as a data engineer. I can use different kinds of application to transform and extract that kind of thing. For example, Hadoop ecosystem and Hive, Uzi and Spark, everything we can use as our requirement. But the thing is that we have knowledge, we have deep knowledge of each and every component, where we can use this one, where that can use this famous data structures and algorithm. So that is the reason we want to understand each and every component through our video. So that I will explain in the later videos. In this video, we will talk about big data concept. So you can see here, this is my system. Okay, this is my system. It's a big project. You can assume it's a big project. So this is my system. These systems are taking the data from my local system data. For local system data, I have a company. So that company has a lot of data generated per day by day. So that is the first one in the local system data. And second one is SAP. SAP also there, right? Like SQL, SAP is another system that also produce the table. As an already we can see in the table structure in the SAP, where we can use using the queries, we can use the SAP data to our system. And one more sensor. There is one more, for example, one more application like car parking application. So that also using the sensor. So sensor data also coming for this system. But it contains lot of, this is a all project, but This contains different use cases, but data are coming like sensor and web portal. We are getting, for example, this system handling the web portal using the web data for attract the they have application attract the investors or tourists. So that data also we are picking from the portal. And the real-time data means streaming kind of thing, because they are producing online streaming also, for example streaming study platform, then online streaming data also there. And previously they stored, means 2016 or 2015 they stored the data in an SQL Oracle DB, so that also need to migrate to the system. So that is the here. Then ERP system. So these are the main, for example lot of systems are there. I think more than 100 system or sources are available for the big data, but here we are discussing something like that. So this is entering into this particular system, and this system has capability, and the data engineers are more efficient to handle this system. Okay, the data engineers have handled this efficient system. So that is the whole idea regarding the system concept. So what we can do this kind of data engineers for each use case. The data engineer 1, data engineer 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are having the group of engineers to particular system and extract the data, transform the data and load the data. So they have knowledge about the each and every system. And that time, if a engineer has good knowledge in the architecture as well as the system concept, they have get the priority, right? Yes, so that is the main important concept of this thing. So we want to study in this series of lectures. I will study how we can become mastery in the data engineering part. Okay, so this is the concept. So this much of data are coming to this system, and as a data engineer we need to deal this data in an efficient way. For example, I will tell you, you are a customer, you are created one application, for example Make My Trip. Okay, like that you are created one application. As a client, what is your requirement? Your requirement is to attract more and more tourists or visitors to your application. For what? To purchase the tourist one, or purchase your tour vacation from your website, not others. So when others entering into the Google search what is the best spot in the Kanyakumari, then it will be searching some of the item, and your application will be in the top. This application, if you purchase this holiday vacation through this application, you will get extra discount. Then the users what will do, it click on your account. Okay, so that is the one case. So that is the one priority case. And the second one is, you want to, for example, if a user, you want to find out the user who is mostly free or frequently checking these kind of vacations in the Google search. You want to find the data or the data of those users, then only your business will get the profit. So that kind of users you can give the maximum price, because they are, for example, that is the human mind. If you are focusing on, or if you are searching something in your mind, definitely you will need it, that one. Okay, that means you are an urgent customer for that particular vacation or something. So that trick they will apply in the applications also. If you are continuously looking on a first way, you can search it. Okay, if you Google, you can search it continuously in a particular vacation, the prices will not be lower. But if you clear the cache, and or if you take the private window, or you can log in from others, you can see the price difference. Because if you are an urgent or customer, they will not decrease the money. Okay, that is also a customer trick. So these kind of thing you definitely apply in your business, then only you will get the profit, because the data who the person or the users want that particular product, pick their products from the crowd. Okay, pick that users from the crowd. That is not a easy task, right? That is the first example of data extraction, ETL. ETL and ELT. This is just want to understand ETL and ELT. So the data extraction part is, honestly speaking, it is difficult for a higher level of application, because we are each and every day, I already told you, each and every day generating 40 million of data in the Facebook, and this much of developing each and every app, right? So how we pick these kind of data from, for example, I already told you, you are running a business, you have a tourist, that means you are a tour and travel consultant, right? So you want the people who are really interested to visit the places in India. From the data you will get from the Google search, who are the people looking the Google search visit to place, and this much of more frequently they are visiting. So that is another criteria. Then only you will get more probability that users have more probability. If you call them and if you contact them, they are really interested, they are also need a link to reach their destination. So that kind of data from the crowd, when the picking the crowd from, not easy. So that is the reason 80% of our time consuming to extract the data from the huge volume of big data. Okay, so that is very important. And then when we get the desired data, for example, using the extraction method, I pick the 100 users who visit in a Maldives. Okay, so for example, I got, so that means each and every couple ready to pay 1 lakh rupee. That means 100 means 1 crore rupee is where the profit for that particular customer. Because if they don't get this 100 people, they can lose this 1 crore, right? So this is the important type. And then once the data we get the transformation. For example, data are in another format and we will transform. For example, I got the 100 users, but I want to convert into the Excel file. Then I want to contact them, taking the number from it, right? So that time what we can do, that is the transformation. From huge cloud we extract the data and we transform into the Excel sheet for the easy to use. Because I'm a data engineer, my aim is to extract the data from the huge volume and convert into Excel and transfer into the consultant, they can call it, right? That is my job, that is not data engineer's job. So that is the part. And then load it means ETL, extract, transform and load means whatever they want. For example, if they ask to share to the mail, you can load it into the storage location. And if you are if a good client, you can use the Power BI. Then you can give the probabilities also, this much of client have this much of probability, and graph also you can implement with the help of Power BI. So that is the importance, or that is the impact of the data engineers in the businesses. So the people or the companies are also looking for these kind of efficient data engineers, because these data engineers give more profit for the company, because they are the asset of their company. Yeah, I think you have all clear about the big data and concept. And we need to discuss what are the 5 V's or 4 V's, 3 V's of the big data, that I will discuss in a separate video. And one more thing, for the file format we will get different kinds. I already told you different kinds of file format we will get: JSON, XML, Parquet, Excel, CSV, Avro, RC, lot of data. Okay, lot of data. File format are there, some of the file format are there, but we are getting lot of data through this process. So these are some of the file formats we get, and we can use it. And frequency also very important. Frequency means, for example, daily or twice a day, or streaming. So we will get two type of thing, batch and real-time data. Batch data means we already know the fixed schedule is there in the fixed, because in a once a day or twice a day we will get the data. So that is the batch data. Real-time means streaming kind of data or real-time data. So these are the frequency of data, that also very important. File format, frequency of data has huge impact on the big data concept. I think hope you all clear about this big data concept. I will tell you next videos in the other concept also. So if you have any doubt, let's comment below. You can clarify on it. Yeah, then bye.